With the weather getting warmer, people might be itching to get out of the house a little bit, but also take their animals with them. But it's important to know there are some common violations people can make all the time, actually, when they go out and about with their puppies and kittens. So join us now on our 702 Communications line, 702 Communications, keeping us connected. We've got Laverne Aventi, Community Service Officer for the Fargo Police Department. Laverne, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you.
It's great to have you with us. So talk about animal violations, kind of a unique thing. So how does this work?
Well, typically this time of year, we see a lot of animals left in cars. People stopping in for what they feel like is going to be a quick trip to the mall or Target, and leaving their animals in the car with the windows cracked, typically engine off. The biggest problem with that is that in a short amount of time, the temperature in your vehicle can reach over 100 degrees. So we're going to be looking then at possible injuries to your pet, up to and including death, because it's just so hot in there.
So if you're someone that's walking along, I mean, I think that's a great example. If you're someone walking along like the Target parking lot and you see that, but it's not your car, it's not your pet, what do you suggest a person should do?
Well, they can always call into our dispatch and ask for an officer to come check on the animal. Typically, if an animal is barking, it's not necessarily in distress. That's kind of what we look for when we get there. We want to see if that animal is in distress. If it's lethargic, it's not really moving, those are going to be some of the bigger warning signs. We check for water, and then we can get the plate and the registered owner information and try to get a hold of them to have them come out. Typically, our big thing is going to be if you have to leave your car for anything, don't take your pet with you. Please leave your pet at home. It's really not worth the risk.
Yeah, good point. What about leash laws? What's the violation for leash laws in our area?
Leash laws are something that's kind of a daily battle. Our city ordinance states that animals must be on a leash, must be attached to the animal and the person. So you can't put a leash on your dog and then just let it go. That is the thing that we run across a few times. Typically, the first time we're going to talk to you and just let you know, hey, this is our ordinance. Please keep your animal on a leash for their safety and for yours. When it gets to be further, if we continue to have problems, then we can look into citations. And all of our animal violations in Fargo, if you get a citation, you must appear in court.
Well, good note there. So any other important animal violations you want to talk about with us?
Maybe remembering to pick up after your pet. If your pet does its business, try to make sure that that you take care of that. We do have quite a few barking animal complaints. So something else, if your animal's barking, try to address that because it does bother other people. There are still people working from home, people with daycares, kids trying to sleep. So we can stop by and listen, and then we try to come talk to people if they're home, try to get a hold of them and let them know that there's been a complaint. Nice.
Is there an ordinance for that as well, or just, hey, we just want to knock on the door and see what they can do to help mitigate it?
There is. There is an ordinance. Dogs barking is typically like a 5-minute. If it barks for 5 minutes straight without a minute break, you can be charged for having a barking dog. We try to talk to people first and just let them know and let them try to address it on their own.
Yeah. I got about 60 seconds left. Anything else that you think we should be knowing as we're heading into some hotter days?
The big thing, water. Make sure your dog has water. Cats also. They typically are supposed to be inside. So making sure your dog has water on a leash. Don't take them to the mall. They might like to go for a ride, but they don't like to sit in the car and wait. Like I said, don't risk your pet's life or well-being just to take them for a ride to the mall or something like that. Please keep your pet home if you have to leave your vehicle.
I'm curious, like in a month or over 6 months, I mean, do you find yourself having a lot of animal violations that you're doing, or is it pretty minimal in our area?
Summer's pretty big for us. We animals in the cars. But as far as animal complaints, it's really all year long. Animals at large, people finding animals in their garage. So our job doesn't really end when it comes to animals.
I hear that, and thank you for what you do. Very, very important. So we appreciate it, and thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Have a great Friday and weekend. All right, stay with us. We got a lot more coming up right here on North Dakota Today.